you again, old friend.
Blue Rose. It doesn't get any bluer.
Jade give 2 rides.
I'll bet she did.
Is that a cherry pie?
Fix their hearts or die.
What kind of world are we living in where people can behave like this?
People are under a lot of stress, Bradley.
Is it about the bunny?
I had another Monica Bellucci dream.
This is the water.
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
Sheriff? Hello!
No, I knew you were going to do that. I had a gut feeling that's what you're going to do. I remember when Matt watched the show the first time, I would just be like walking through the living room and I would just hear, hello! And I didn't know, half the time it was Matt just doing it for funsies. So I'm excited that I finally have my direct context as to why Matt was yelling, hello!
This is also how I act at the casino, walking around aimlessly with my coins in hand, yelling at machines. This is legit you
and Rob at the casino.
Yep.
Our boy loves a casino, I fear.
All right, so we have a special guest today, so I'll send over the introduction to you.
Yeah, so today we are being joined by Coral of Wholesome Peaks on Instagram. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So we did want to ask you a few quick questions before we get into our episode discussion, but first, tell everyone where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Wholesome Peaks on Instagram. You can find me at Wholesome Peaks on Instagram. I'm also a comedian in the North Texas, Dallas area. So you can also follow my personal Instagram, which is Carmadillo with an underscore at the end. If you're ever looking to look for live comedy in Dallas, Texas, those are the 2 places to find either Twin Peaks memes or live comedy from me.
That's awesome. I did not catch that before when I was looking. That's very exciting. Oh, you're going to make us look so not funny.
Yeah, I'm going to try my very best.
So what got you into like posting Twin Peaks content?
So I watched The Return as it was coming out, but that was like a week before that I binged all of Twin Peaks. So that's when I first got into Twin Peaks. And then I got really into it, as most people that are Twin Peaks fans do. And that was, 2017. And I got really into the Sad Peaks memes. And I remember this was around the COVID times, someone posting a comment saying, why don't you make happy memes? And Sad Peaks said, well, why don't you do it? And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. And thus I created Wholesome Peaks just as something fun for me to do as an exercise in creativity. And I found the whole Twin Peaks community and made a billion friends and got so many cool opportunities from it. And I just love being part of the community and getting to post these fun little memes to highlight that David Lynch does have a lot of wholesome moments, and that overall his intent with Twin Peaks and all of his media is really feminist and beautiful in ways that we don't usually see when we're not digging past the surface.
Completely agree with you there.
Yeah.
Although I only make Twin Peaks shitpost memes, so...
Love a shitpost meme.
I can't help myself. That's all that really comes to me.
I think that's so sweet, though, like other people posting sad memes and being like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do the wholesome ones. That's cute. What made you watch the show in 2017? Was it just like The Return's coming out, people are talking about this, let me give it a go?
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of film and TV. I worked at Blockbuster at the tail end of that, and I'd always heard about Twin Peaks, and people had always told me that like this is perfect for your personality and the media that you consume. And I never got around to it until The Return was coming out, and I was like, oh, I got to get on this real fast. And then it was very easy to jump on board because I fell in love with the show, and I finished the week episode or Return Part 2 was coming out.
Nice. Perfect timing.
That's a great way to fall in love with the show immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just made it your whole personality for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then for the rest of your life.
And yeah, and for the next 10 years.
Yep. All right. Well, any other icebreakers?
Our normal icebreaker, we ask everybody their first time they're on the show, what Twin Peaks character do you most identify with?
Ooh, I love this one. And I had a moment when I was on the Damn Fine TV podcast. The question was, are you a James girl or a Bobby girl? And I said I was an Audrey girl.
Yes.
I was like, am I an Audrey as a person, though? And I think the one I identify with the most is Dougie Jones, because he's the personification of mindfulness. I was a mindfulness researcher for years and years, and I just love how silly Dougie is and how present he is with everything he does.
So we have our first Dougie Jones for the show.
I love it.
First. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, nobody's picked Dougie yet.
Wow.
So we have a log. We have a log lady. We've got a Gordon Cole. What else? Do we have an Audrey?
No.
I thought Lex picked Audrey. No, I can't remember.
Lex picked
we'll go back and watch the episode. I don't remember.
Norma's sister, whose name I'm forgetting.
Oh, yeah. Obvious. Yeah.
I
gotcha. No, I can't think of it. Important character.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Okay. That's very fun. I am curious now because,
by the way, there we go.
I only know a very small bit of Dougie, so I'm interested to see how Dougie as a character develops, to see if we put that together with what I'm going to learn through talking with you today and like your content. It's very fun. What a character thus far.
Yep. Introduced for the first time in this episode. So am I good to start talking about the episode? Oh, yeah. So
the background.
We are covering The Return, Part 3, named Call for Help. Let's just say it like he does. That's the name of the episode, written by Mark Frost David Lynch, directed by David Lynch, as every episode is, and I'll say that every time. This came out on May 28th, 2017, to a viewership of 0.195 million. Oop. Again, I don't even know if I need to keep giving us the viewership. It's the streaming era, so it's very
different during the streaming era versus when things are actually airing on cable TV.
Yep. I have some fun facts that are going to be better to come post-plot. So I'm going to do plot really quick first. So in this episode, Cooper lands in a building above a purple-colored sea where he is protected from an unseen threat by two women, one of them eyeless. The eyeless woman, Naido, I never know how to pronounce this. Is it Naido or Naido? Exits through the ceiling. Oh, you didn't even know the name.
No.
You just know that from the credits. All right. She exits through the ceiling, actually to show they are in a small box in space. There she pulls a lever and is electrocuted and falls into space. The American girl, titled, the other woman in there, takes her place in a now clearer room. And she tells Cooper, when you get there, you will already be there, and that he needs to leave because her mother is coming when there's an entity banging on the door. Cooper leaves through a portal that looks like an electrical outlet. Mr. C and a second manufactured doppelganger, Dougie Jones, become sick and see the Black Lodge's red curtains. Mr. C crashes his car and is apprehended by the police. Dougie is drawn into the Black Lodge, where he dissolves into a golden pearl. Free from the Black Lodge, but having donkey brains, Cooper takes Dougie's place in Las Vegas, where Jade, a prostitute, finds him in a disoriented state inside a vacant house and drops him off at a casino. Jade also finds Cooper's old room key for the Great Northern Hotel in his pockets. Criminals pursuing Dougie place a bomb under his car. Cooper wanders around the casino and plays slot machines marked by signals from the Black Lodge, winning mega jackpots every time. At the Twin Peaks Sheriff Department, Hawk, Andy, and Lucy are unable to discern what is missing as indicated by the log. At the FBI headquarters in Philadelphia, Deputy Gordon Cole learns about the mysterious killings of Sam and Tracy in New York and then receives a call from someone saying that Cooper has been found in South Dakota.
Whoa.
That's our episode.
Did it say donkey brains?
I added donkey brains.
I was like, what the fuck are you?
In the description I went, it said he had amnesia, and I was like, it's not exactly amnesia. It's a little more than amnesia.
Going with the medical terminology of donkey brains.
Medical diagnosis of donkey brains.
Anyone who doesn't know
It's Always Sunny
is probably like, what in the fuck is this man talking about? And I similarly feel that way. That's okay.
So, Hannah, some fun facts for you is the mysterious person credited as the American girl looks like Ronette Pulaski because that is the same actress who plays Ronette Pulaski. Phoebe Augustine. I cannot read today.
You can't talk today. Illiterate.
At this point, it is an unknown character. Beyond appearance is unknown if they're related to the previous role. So, but just so you know, that is the same actress that played.
I would not have put that together.
Yep. The floor attendant who is following Dougie around with his winnings, that's Sabrina S. Sutherland, who's the executive producer of the show.
Okay.
You've seen that name a ton. Tammy is obviously played by Krista Bell. I don't think you know much about her, but she's a musician. Her and Lynch have wrote 3 albums together. So he is like credited on 3 of her albums as a writer. I think it was like his poetry.
Why am I blacking out?
Krista Bell. Tammy is the other agent working with Albert.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. No, I literally just wrote her down as a vibe check too. And I somehow forgot her name immediately.
Lynch also wrote a song called Dream Recall for this episode. It was him and Dean Hurley. I could not even find the actual song on YouTube, and it's not, I guess, on the like OST. So
rip.
Yeah. I was very confused. This episode is dedicated to the memory of Miguel Ferrer and Donis Davis, who both appear in it for the first time.
In this episode.
Yeah, Albert is Miguel. This was new material. He had passed in 2017. So
after filming.
Yeah. And Davis had died in 2007, I believe, but they used stock footage of him, as you see in space.
That made me so sad. Every episode ending with like
a dedication
memory of is making me want to cry. And this one the first one with it being our queen, the log lady, had me like wrecked. And then also this one really got to me because I love Albert so much. So it broke my heart that Miguel is not with us.
It's I love him. He was sick during, I believe.
Aww.
So yeah. Or I thought it was cancer, similar to Log Lady. So he must have been. Yeah. And then finally, I have to tell you who was the performer in every episode. Yeah. This was the Cactus Blossoms performing their song Mississippi.
I liked it.
It's a great song.
I did like the chromatic song better. But I like this one. But the chromatic song hits so hard.
It's a great song to start the show with, I think, or start the first Roadhouse performance. So those are all my fun facts, though. I kind of just list them off because there is a lot of things to talk about under our general thoughts today.
Yeah, probably.
So I do want to kick general thoughts to you initially, Hannah, as the first time viewer. Just hit us with a couple, and I'm sure we will have some overlap.
Well, I am honestly like struggling to figure out how I want to talk about the episode because besides like our bits, because I do feel like most of the episode is focusing on one main arc, and that's the Dale, Mr. C, Dougie arc. Like almost all of it is that. So I'm like, I will naturally talk about that. I don't know what else I need to necessarily bring up. What I will say is I miss the box and Matthew Lillard. I wanted more Matthew Lillard mystery here. I love him so much.
You'll get back to him. That's so funny because every other person that watches for the first time was like, where's Cooper? Where's Agent Cooper?
I mean, like...
And you're the one that's like, whatever.
Well, I knew he'd be here. Like, I'm not an idiot. He's going to be in the show. And he was in those episodes. So, I don't know. I was really enthralled by the box. And I just have so many questions about that damn box and what's going on there. And, like, we get information that there aren't like obvious records as to who owns that property and like where the security was, and there weren't prints, DNA, any fibers left behind from the brutal murder of.
I remember in part one, you were like, I didn't know they died. Did you saw their corpse this time, Sam and Tracy?
Yeah, we saw them. Well, at first I was like, you could just be squatching them. They're bleeding, but they don't look like brutalized. And then this, I'm like, oh, they look like their heads exploded off their bodies. Like, that's horrifying. So my bad.
Yep. Okay, well, I do have some general thoughts, but if you don't have any right away, I'm going to send it to Coral to give us any initial thoughts about the episode.
I think I feel very similarly. It really does just primarily focus on the three Coopers of the episode. And that was my main thought. I was like, oh boy, we don't get near enough Twin Peaks action in this episode as I was hoping. I do love all of the things that occur over the Purple Sea and all of that, because I love when Lynch is at his like most Lynchian. But overall, I was like, oh, I was really hoping to see more of my townies in this episode. But it also brings some of my favorite moments, some of my favorite Dougie Jones moments. Hello, specifically, is one of my vocal stems and one of my favorite things about Dougie Jones. So I was excited to see our first encounter of that. So.
Yeah, it is interesting how little of actual Twin Peaks, the town, we are getting so far. It's like so far, besides the Roadhouse, we're really just getting like Love Lady Hulk conversation.
I have kind of said to you before, a big part of this show is Lynch saying like nostalgia's a trap. You can't go back. And so like he is going to test your patience, especially with Dougie. And keep you away from what you want, because you can't just go back. Like that would just be repeating what we've already seen. He wants to give you something new. Yeah. And I'm probably going to have that conversation every episode. My quick general thoughts, though, I just had Albert and Gordon in all caps because at least I got them back in my life.
My boys.
Hannah was so pumped to see them.
I was screaming.
I wrote, Dougie is so damn funny, and I knew beforehand he was, but just the call for help, walking around, some change, and I just am like, he just like can't even walk through a revolving door. It's incredible.
The walk that Kyle MacLachlan is doing as Dougie is truly incredible. No notes.
Yeah. And it's also crazy because this is what we could call his fourth character he has played. He's played Cooper in The Lodge. He's played Mr. C. He's played the original Dougie Jones. And now he's playing this Cooper with donkey brains, Dougie Jones.
Yeah.
It's just impressive from him. So in my general thoughts, I had written that I think we need a new bit in here. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking of titles, and all I could come up with was, what the hell? Based on David Lynch looking at whatever it is, the experiment, and saying that. So we can actually just talk about what we think is actually going on in this episode.
Sure.
So my initial what the hells are, I love the insanity of the Purple Sea, the Lodge. Like, what is even happening in here the whole time? Whatever the mother, her Ronette being like, my mother's coming home, and there's the banging on the door, scares the hell out of me. It is so freaky. It's clearly something after Cooper, or I don't know. The whole, almost time shifting happening where Naoto goes up and pulls the lever, and now it like changes and things are clear, and maybe it's a different time. Our portal he goes through changes from 15 to 3.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole thing. So
what the fuck is that?
Yes.
I don't know.
And
half of my questions I'm carrying, like
these
questions
are kind of
that
what the hells, yeah.
Half of them are literally that section of the episode. Where the hell was Dale dropped? Who is the lady with the missing eyes / why no eyes? Why did the electricity wall looking thing say 15 and then 3? Do those numbers have meaning moving forward? Why Garland Briggs floating in sky saying blue rose? The new lady in the room said, you better hurry, my mother's coming. Who is her mother? Do we know her / will we know her? And will we meet these women again? So many questions. All
very good. All very good. What the hells? Those are the big ones I wrote. Those Briggs. I said, what is a manufactured doppelganger? And why did old Dougie have the ring?
Well, I almost wrote that as a question too for the episode, but then I was kind of like, if anything, like that doesn't feel that crazy.
You're right. It's not that crazy that he made one. I should just say, oh my God, we can make manufactured doppelgangers now.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, that is a what the hell.
While we're speaking on what the hell, just to it's more of the trying to theorize, because even a lot of these we might not get answers to by end of show. It is kind of all subtext.
Well, hold on.
Okay,
Coral, did you have any like absolute what the hells of this episode besides, that whole opening Purple Sea?
I think my biggest what the hell, I was going to say from the first time I watched it, but I think continuing 10 years later is what the hell is 119?
911 backwards.
Oh, wow. It's all done. I know now.
Well,
but what's the significance of that scene? What does it mean? Why is this woman in this empty house? I want to know everything about her.
I wrote that down too as also like one of my questions, because like, is this person have any significance besides that she knows something is wrong and is saying, I guess, someone call 911? Like, is she going to reappear, or is this just like another representation of like the potential horrors hidden in our suburbs?
I was going to say that feels to me the main reason for her is this, like, you have this pristine Ryan Holmes ass looking area outside of Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's still like poverty or drug use or child neglect going on behind closed doors. And it's really sad. Like, and I think it's really tries to drive that point home that we see throughout, I think, the whole series. So but yes, there is more to, I think that character will be coming back. I think we're going to cut. We get some vignettes like cut to that is what we'll call them.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah, but what is 119? I've always assumed it's the 911 backwards. I don't.
That's my assumption that I made, but also there are so many numbers being thrown around in the return that didn't necessarily like have clear meaning when they're first brought up. So that's, I'm like, that could be anything really, like knowing David Lynch.
Well, we did get an answer to one of them if you want to talk about it. This is also considered a what the hell, I think, since it's like theorizing.
Yeah, so in a previous episode, the arm says 253 time and time again. And what that mean was what I wrote down. And obviously that was literally last episode. We literally immediately got an answer for that. And is the watch is saying 253. Mr. C's watch, she had it.
It's 2:53 is the time that Mr. C was going to get pulled back in, which means, or someone was going to get pulled back in, which means that Cooper was going to leave.
Oh, okay. I have another what the hell.
Yeah.
Dougie just, his head exploding into black smoke and imagery that was too confusing to me to type out and then turning into a tiny gold ball.
Obviously, what the hell? Now, I'll tell you something interesting is that head exploding shot has been compared many times to a shot in Eraserhead.
Well, that's not surprising.
There's the same shot with the suit with no head.
Yes,
that looks very similar. But it's just, apparently this is what manufactured doppelgangers look like. They're from a little seed, a little gold pearl.
I mean, I was kind of like, doesn't really matter what they're made of. To me, the fact that they exist is scary enough. I don't care necessarily how this was produced, but the imagery of it was just so like, what the hell? That I felt, if you're bringing what the hell as I bring it as like
as theorizing, but yeah, that's fine.
That's not what it sounds like. So what the hell? Gold ball.
All right. Well, before we can do one more what the hell and move on, my big one was about the 15 and 3 and theorizing on the numbers. So I don't know if you remember, but
don't give something away.
This isn't giving anything away.
Okay.
The room that Cooper stayed in at the Great Northern the Great Northern Hotel is 315. So we have a 15 and a 3 here. That's at least one. The other thing is that this is the third episode of The Return.
Wait, you're an asshole because I bought you that keychain.
It says 315 on
room
it.
315. And I asked you and I bought it for you. This was this his room? And you said, no, it's something from The Return.
Well, yeah, it is his room. It's also it's from The Return though. The actual keychain.
But like, bitch.
Oh, you were confused about that? Well, my bad.
The answer was yes. It was from his room. That was enough of an answer. You piece of shit.
I actually don't think they had that in the original show. They
that was just my assumption.
Yeah. Well, yes, he's in room 315, and this is the third episode of the show.
Nice.
For me, though, my kind of big thing is I'm like, where is the timeline? Because obviously we know time doesn't work the same in the lodge or wherever we are. So it's like, I kind of am thinking is like the eyeless woman, the past, and then he goes up and comes back. I don't really know.
Who the fuck knows?
Just thinking about it. But yeah, I like that it's a big plug though. And then he comes out of the electrical socket. There's lots of electricity throughout this whole series and Lynch's work.
Yeah, we talked about that. Was it during the missing pieces? I wrote down something about electricity. And yeah,
it's come back.
I'm seeing it coming back very, very clearly in this episode. Lots of shots of electrical outlets and whatnot in car, in wall.
Yep.
In that room.
Outside the purple sea. Okay. Well, sorry, that I know that was derailing with new one, but let's get on to our Special Agent Cooper on the case, where you're going to list up some moments. I'll put the what the hell after that next time.
Yeah.
Now we know we're learning as we go. This is a new segment.
Okay. Well, my moments didn't even mention the purple sea, so LOL. My first was Dale gets dropped into Dougie, which Mr. C seemingly made to prevent himself from being sucked back into the lodge, and new Dale Dougie is brain dead.
Donkey brains.
Yeah, something's up. He's got like the worst TBI I've ever seen. My second moment was the Twin Peaks gang can't figure out what's missing, but Lucy theorizes it's the chocolate bunny evidence she ate years back.
It's not about the bunny.
Is it about the bunny? That was very funny. I liked that Hawk moment of him saying that. And who's to say, I don't remember anything to do with Chocolate Bunny in the original run.
Me neither.
Okay, great.
I believe on a rewatch, I believe the chocolate bunnies are part of the first season, I believe, with the bird. I swear I just did a rewatch and I remember seeing the chocolate bunnies and I was like, oh, it's the bunnies.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what this is a reference to at all. If I just missed something, or they're just kind of like throwing in some like texture there with that, and Lucy and Andy still being dumb. They're wild. They're a wild couple. And then my last moment is the FBI headquarters in Philadelphia. Shout out, it's where we live, where we find out there aren't the obvious records about who owns the box building. There weren't prints, DNA fibers. And now this crew is on their way together to South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Woot woot. I'm excited for that. I am really, really pumped to potentially see a Mr. C, Gordon Cole, and Albert scene. And I don't want to hold out hope because I'm worried that won't happen, because I feel like David Lynch would lead me astray like that. But
I'm not going to tell you anything. You just gotta keep on watching. Well, I think those are all good moments that matter later. This is such a mindfuck episode which I love. I think it really expands upon the lore of the Lodge, especially lore we won't get answered and have to kind of just theorize on our own. Mm-hmm. So I love it. I love the purple. See, I know that I said before, I think this episode really tests your patience. And I know you were feeling that a little bit with this one, but I would say it's all for a reason. When Lynch is testing your patience, he's playing with you. It's kind of fucked up, but I love it.
I mean, we said that throughout the show, these geriatric old men walking as slowly as possible in a bank, or delivering warm milk to a man, a man who just got shots room. I know very much he is a director that will play with my patience and my ability to pay attention. He's really testing that. And obviously I take no issue with that, because a lot of times the purpose is to elicit something out of you, or those scenes and moments wouldn't be there. But also,
if you weren't enthralled by the purple sea, I can't help you. I love that whole part.
I was intrigued, but I was also hey, I would like just a crumb of answer, please.
Don't go looking too hard for it.
Yeah, rip. The questions list keeps growing.
To be honest, I did say with
don't.
part three, season 3, the return, there would be a lot more to chew on and discuss, which is why I think we kind of need to do more theorizing, because there's plenty of stuff there won't be answers on in comparison to the first 2 seasons. But okay, let's jump into our character vibe checks. And Coral, I'm going to shoot it over to you since Hannah and I've been yapping.
All right. Remind me what we do with the character vibe checks.
So that's just where we're going to pull a character and give them a quick vibe rating on a scale of 1 to 10. And sometimes we also say things like -10 or a James out of James.
Oh, okay.
You know,
it can be pure nonsense. It's fine.
Yeah, this is to break things up and get a little silly versus debating, theorizing the show and all that.
Okay, perfect. When I read it in the email, I thought I misinterpreted, but I can do something off the cusp real quick.
If you need help, I can jump in, but if you're ready.
So what appears to be Dr. Jacoby spray painting shovels, I'm going to give him a 10 on vibes because he's spray painting shovels.
That's the first ever Dr. Jacoby 10 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure I've given that man.
Dr. Jacoby's vibes. They're ridiculous.
He's a ridiculous person. I'm pretty sure for the most part, I was like -10, -10,000, terrible therapist, do not recommend, do not see this man, do not pay this man. But his outfits, I have an appreciation for the vibe, but they also scare me significantly given his profession. So
I'm sure this meme has been made, but I need to make it where it's the one where it's the giant book and the little book, and the giant book is Twin Peaks and the little book is Twin Peaks if any other person was the town psychiatrist.
Right.
You should make that. Yeah, that's very, very true. Okay, I love that. The shovels were a vibe that I don't know what to do with yet. So I like the
Coral
score.
said she wanted to hang out with the townies, so
yeah, exactly. I love the townies. I do love the whole comment on nostalgia culture and how much we don't get, because we end up getting something better because we're not trying to create what we loved in the past. But I do love the moments we get with the townies in this version of Twin Peaks. I'm going to give the next one to real or Doppelduggy. Negative 100 points. He sounds like a real piece of shit. And then,
wait, we're talking about Dougie before he gets pulled back.
Sorry, I Doppelduggy, Tulpaduggy.
Yeah.
Real Dougie. Negative. Oh, I would never about my Dougie. I don't know if I've shown you. I have a Dougie Jones right behind me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, real Dougie is a million points. And then Jade is so helpful. I'm going to give her a 10.
I
love Jade.
I also love Jade.
Jade gives 2 rides.
Jade gives 2 rides. Will come up later for me. I did not vibe check her because I put her somewhere else. My vibe checks, Albert, 10 out of 10. That's my boy. I love him.
I gave everyone
eternally.
10s this week, and I also had Albert in my 10 out of 10.
Of course you did.
The second I see Albert, he's getting a 10.
Yeah. I said, Tammy, 8 out of 10. We don't know you very well, but you're hot and smart, it seems. Hot and useful. And we salute you for that, Queen. Excited to get to know you more. I really struggle with this because, like, the whole time I was like, okay, we have the different versions of Coop and
I should have done Dougie,
Dougie,
Cooper, and Mr. C.
Yeah. And then I put Lucy, but, like, my rating is so arbitrary. I just said 7 out of 10. I like you, girl, but you can't eat evidence, bitch. I understand I too like chocolate, but we can't eat the evidence. And so you can't be any higher than a 7 if you're eating the evidence.
Well, I said I gave all 10 out of 10. So my next one was Gordon Cole, 10 out of 10, obviously. Happy to have him back. And I just miss David Lynch, and it's nice to see him.
Yeah.
And his mannerisms are so funny. Dude, it's like when people joke about how Quentin Tarantino really wanted to be an actor and had to be a director. And it's like Martin Scorsese could have been a really good actor and just chose to be one of the best directors. David Lynch, too, probably could have just been an actor. But he was like, no, I'm going to just come out here and drop some of the 10 best films anyone's ever seen. So, and TV show. But
he's just,
I love him.
He's so fascinating on screen.
He's fantastic. And then lastly, Dougie Jones, 10 out of 10. Our new Dougie, as we'll call him.
Hello, brain dead.
Yes. Hey, Coral said she feels like Dougie. I don't think it's rude to say donkey brains now.
It's absolutely okay. Sometimes being mindful is having donkey brains.
Yes. Hanna hasn't seen the mindful Dougie yet, except she only sees gambling Dougie.
I've only seen gambling Dougie.
Well, I can make that argument later on in this episode why even at the start we already have mindful Dougie, but this is
good. I like it.
My hyperfixation spot.
I just think about, like, every time I got to the casino, I just drank so much, and this is just how you wander around. I think I'd strive to be like Dougie when I go to a casino.
Do you have like the same where you like look at a slot
I wish.
machine?
No, that's
and you're like,
that's actually
that
Rob. That's our best friend Rob.
That is actually how Rob.
He is capable of that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So 10 out of 10's all around there. Our suspect of the week has been about who is the John Doe and who killed Ruth. I don't think you have any new information.
This
on
episode gave me nothing.
The only other stuff is like what's going on with Mr. C. Nothing really that you can predict yet. So
know what he.
We know he didn't get pulled back.
Yeah, and we know like what his plan was now, which was a question that was lingering before.
It makes that American Girl quote hit so hard though. When you get there, you'll already be there. Is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like Cooper, as the world knows, Cooper is out there still.
Yeah.
And it's not Dougie. It's not our boy. So, okay, let's get into who we're trusting with our coffee. And I actually might have all different ones this time. So Cora, I'll send it over to you first. Who are you trusting with your coffee this week?
I'm going to give that one to Hawk.
Always. It's hard. I think I gave it to him last week, so I pulled away on that one.
And
Hanna?
I gave it to Hawk the week before. So he really is like our most useful character right now, honestly. I salute him and the Lock Lady. I'm like, hell yeah, queens. This week I am trusting Jade with my coffee. She gave him 2 rides. She gave him money to make a call. She recommended he call a doctor. And none of that is her responsibility.
She did drop him off at a casino instead of a hospital, but...
Well, he probably needed to be there for some reason. I trust her implicitly.
Or that's just where he picked her up. Or
I'm guessing that's where she picked him up. So she's like, okay, well, you got here somehow. Here you go, buddy.
And
that's not her... If she's being paid to have sex with this man, which is like what I'm inferring happened. Oh yeah, he did. So like that's not her responsibility to make sure he's safe.
So
but
she's a good person. She did the right thing.
The right thing. She gave him money to make a phone call,
True.
and she made the helpful recommendation that he call a physician because something's
helped
wrong.
him put his shoes on.
She did. She helped him put his shoes on. What a sweet
Jane's
woman.
a saint.
She didn't deserve whatever the fuck he put her through.
Who I trust with my coffee is Albert.
It's always
obviously.
Albert.
If Albert's in the episode, you gotta. Yeah, but now that I'm back with him, I'm like, this man I trust implicitly with my life. Even more than Gordon Cole, I think.
Oh, yeah, I definitely trust Albert.
I love Gordon Cole, but like Albert, I just know he'd give it to you straight and save your life if you needed him to.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to jump right into who isn't invited or who isn't trusted. Lucy is not trusted with coffee this week because you ate evidence.
Yeah.
I don't care it was a chocolate bunny. And your excuse was poor.
Yeah.
You can't eat evidence.
You cannot
You said it already.
eat
But
evidence, Lucy.
I literally wrote Lucy in parentheses, ate evidence.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a perfect...
so Lucy, no trust.
She'll drink your coffee when you leave your home. Can't trust her.
Lucy's DNA, they go to do a DNA thing, a swab, and Lucy's DNA is going to somehow be on it. So,
my answers would be Gordon Cole, not invited to coffee, stop yelling at me. I love him. I love him. But sometimes you just want a nice, peaceful coffee date, and you don't want some guy yelling, and he's not...
He's hardly yelling this one. His hearing aids are better now.
He was not responding accurately to what they were saying.
What if you had a Shelley moment and he could hear you?
Then fine, he can come. I don't give a shit if he can hear what I'm saying and he's not screaming at me. I just, sometimes you just want like a nice, peaceful coffee date.
Fine.
The last time I went to a coffee shop, they sold plants there. It was like so quiet in there.
All right.
And I'm just thinking of David Lynch showing up to this coffee shop screaming.
Sacrilegious.
Not knowing what the baristas are saying. But my real answer is the walkie-talkie guys trying to shoot Dougie, except maybe not, because we don't know what bullshit Dougie was getting into that would cause someone to try and shoot him. But for right now, it is Coop Dougie, and so I don't want him shot, so those guys should not do that, and is not coming. They're not invited.
Decent answer.
I was like, I got nothing.
All right, Coral, who are you not inviting?
I am not inviting Tulpa Dougie. He looks like he smells weird. Not necessarily bad, but probably weird. He's probably going to say something really creepy.
He says like offensive language for sure.
Yeah, definitely speaking in offensive language. Probably give me the creeps. Yeah, the last person I want to have coffee with is Tulpa Dougie.
I think that's fair. That guy definitely doesn't respect women. I think he listens to the Joe Rogan podcast.
He's got that haircut.
Yeah, well, he's not coming.
One thing I really do like about original Dougie or Tulpa Dougie is it's very clear that one of my favorite games of all time was inspired by him.
Yeah.
In Disco Elysium.
The jacket.
The jacket, the pants. Mm-hmm. And you'll see later, because we're going to get more of his outfits. But every time I was like, whoa. Like, it was only 2 years later, I think that game came out.
Hell yeah.
And they definitely took inspiration. Well, it took a ton of Lynch inspiration. Yeah. I mean, there's literally an Inland Empire skill in that game. So
yeah. Where could that be from?
All right, best performance. I don't know if we'll all have the same, but there was only one man that could go to this episode, and that was Kyle MacLachlan again.
Bitch, I was gonna say count it down because
oh my bad.
I know I had the same answer.
Coral, who you got?
That was my answer as well. Kyle MacLachlan, hands down, this episode.
Matt, you ruined what could have been a fun moment because you just had to hear yourself talk.
Yeah, well.
We can still do it.
We'll edit out all of that.
No.
I meant even now that the audience knows. We can
just all say it. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that he is just so impressive how many different characters that he is able to play so successfully and still be compelling.
On top of the physical work he's doing.
Well, and that's part of it is like physically these characters hold themselves very differently. Dougie especially, like the way that he's walking and the posture that he's doing. The posture of all his characters are different. Like it's like a masterclass really in
Very much
playing
so.
multiple characters.
I said that last episode too about how good he is in this, and it's like crazy that he didn't do all that much.
It makes me really sad because
He's going to do.
so good.
After this, he's doing more, so he'll keep getting work.
Yeah,
we have to hope.
He's got his podcast and he likes to dance on TikTok, so
he does.
He's thriving.
I'd love to hang out with him.
He has a book coming out later this year too.
Oh, very cool.
Want to read?
Good to know. All right. Well, we're moving past that one quick, so we're chugging along right now. But let's get into our cherry pie versus our Black Lodge moments. Coral, are you ready on that?
Yes. Okay. Coziest moment. There's a couple, and they all involve Dougie for me.
List them out.
As I mentioned earlier, that very first hello, it just tickles my heart. I love it so much. I also love the moment where he's trying to use the revolving door. And he can't figure it out. And I love that we live in that moment for a little bit. Those just little Dougie moments of him just existing are my cozy, warm moments in this show.
Him pointing to show the like old woman that looks maybe homeless to the spot, and her
and
giving
then she
him the
flips
finger.
him off. Yeah,
he just points, and he doesn't take it. He lets her have it.
Yeah. Good boy.
Just like
good
funny.
Dougie.
I love seeing this like toddler man walk around basically. So
my cherry pie moment was also Dougie getting stuck in the revolving door. I loved that. The second it happened, I wrote down in like all caps, cherry pie moment, revolving door. And I relate to his confusion with revolving doors. I've gotten stuck in there before. To be fair, I was like 11.
I also had hello and call for help on mine. And then my one that differentiates it from both of you is I had, is it about the bunny?
Yeah.
It's not about the bunny. That really got me. Just Hawk getting pulled into Lucy and Andy's shenanigans.
And the delivery was really good from him. Yeah,
really,
it was really funny.
Especially other people that like didn't do a ton.
Yeah.
He did more work. He did some voice work as well. So
Hell yeah.
Okay, if we're gonna stick with me, can I talk about some Black Lodge moments?
Yeah.
I got two. Pretty much everything in the Purple Sea room is like a level of unsettling, and I love it. I think like the stopping, going back and forth is really interesting. Reminds me a lot of just other Lodge moments. The sounds, the banging on the door is intense. Whatever is going on there, and like they're both trying to protect him from it. I mean, Nato literally electrocutes herself and throws herself off.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And it's interesting too that she's like keeping him away from the plug. And is cutting like she's going like this, and it's like you hear a bunch of knife like sounds when she's I'm saying going like this. She's doing the cutthroat symbol.
Yeah.
Just all interesting, but and everything there is cool. And then I also saw seeing Sam and Tracy's corpses was a huge Black Lodge moment because they did not look right.
That was tough. That was not a good look.
I do really want to know though, why is she telling him not to go? But then the American girl is like, it's time to go. And he goes out there. And
really
like, was there a difference? Was this a difference in time? I'm sure there's a video essay
The numbers
I can watch.
were
The numbers were different.
So maybe
So
that
I don't
had
know.
meaning.
Yep. But
I put the whole beginning Purple Sea, and then I put the barfing.
ooh, yeah.
I did not appreciate all of the barfing. At least like Dougie's was the equivalent to me of like, Mom, Dad, I flew up.
Dougie's looked like a cat puke.
It looks like a cat puke to me. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like my cat just puked on the floor or whatever. But the Mr. C vomiting was excruciating.
Motor oil and
for
cream
me.
corn.
It was
and blood.
vile, and it was like such a violent vomit. I never want to experience that again as long as I live. So that's my Black Lodge moment. I hated it.
I also had the throwing up listed on there, and I was like, oh, is this really like Black Lodgy? And then I was like, well, I hated it, so I'm going to keep it written down.
Yep.
I think ultimately, though, the moments with Naito in the beginning when cinematography, the sound editing, the way it's so choppy. I think that's my real pick for the Black Lodge moment. Also, I paused the show on accident earlier, and I was on Discord with some of my comedy friends, and I made sure to send a picture to everyone. When they're showing the evidence, the picture of the little boy, I think he's in a sailor swimsuit, is so uncanny valley and weird that I'm also going to put that as an honorable mention Black Lodge moment.
That's not the only printed photograph in this season that looks like that. So
Sure
I noticed it this
not.
time and was like, oh, is this a recurring thing that he did? So yeah, not a spoiler for you, but it's just something that is really odd when you have as much money as you do to make this show. And you're like, let's just make this photo look really weird.
Yeah.
So, it's like bad Photoshop.
Yeah. I had something I was going to say and I just lost it.
I'm sorry.
So.
Talked about photos. If it comes back, it comes back.
Shit. Balls.
Was it in your dying to discuss or was it?
No, I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll just interrupt later when I figure it out.
You're fine. My dying to discuss, I've mostly talked about. It was kind of about the 15 and 3 and that being Coop's room. And this is the 3rd episode. And then I wanted to know why Nato was like, don't go in here. Mm-hmm. And there's like it's almost like she's saying you're going to die or something. I don't know. Cause she's cutting and there's the stabbing. And like, I was like, did she want him to jump into space with
I
her?
remembered what I was going to say is like Cora mentioned, the filmmaking in that scene is so unsettling. It's very choppy to the point where we were like, is this our DVD?
Well, our Blu-ray did have an issue and I had to pull it out and clean it. And it happened during this scene. And I was like, no, this is actually a mess up. And I had to go and fix it.
Well, because I was like, this just feels like David Lynch filmmaking. Mm-hmm. But then our DVD player or our PS4 was like screaming. It was making a lot of angry noises. And Matt was like, no, I think there's actually something wrong. And then we fixed it. But then watching the choppiness all over again, I was like, what an odd time to have an error. And it made it like more unsettling. I had to live with that scene 3 times because of technical issues. It was tough. It's tough out here. For dying to discuss, I didn't.
You didn't have anything? Well, it'll be all under your questions. So why don't we get to our notes for Diane? Unless, sorry, Cora, was there anything you need to say about this episode? Things you're thinking about?
I really just needed to talk about that little sailor boy picture, and I got to it. So that's really what mattered.
That's what this is all about.
It's not about the bunny; it's little sailor boy.
Valid. Okay. My questions, I mean, I already read literally half of them because they were in the beginning scene, but we'll go through them again really quick. Where the heli was Dale dropped? Who was the lady with the missing eyes? Why did the electricity wall looking thing say 15 and then 3? Do those numbers have meaning and come up again? Why was Garland Briggs floating in the sky saying Blue Rose?
Why is Garland Briggs' head in the sky?
Yeah, exactly.
Or in the sea? Oh no, it was in space at that point. Because the sea was inside the box.
That was confusing. Also, I like it, but I don't get it. But I don't need to. I don't think that's the point. The new lady in the room saying, you better hurry, my mother's coming. Who's her mother? Do we know her? Will we know her? Will she come again? Will we meet these women in general again? And then, whose house was Dougie and now Dougie Coop in? What trouble is Dougie in? Like, why did those men want to shoot him? What has this dude been doing in his personal life besides using prostitutes? Is Mr. C planning to go to urgent care after that barf if he didn't get picked up from the police?
Barf and wrecking his car.
Yeah, I would hope after that amount of vomit that you'd feel like you needed medical attention. Well, you already said it. I was very confused because prior you told me room 315 was not Dale's room.
Yeah, it is
so
Dale's room.
I wrote down what is the significance of this room number. But you know what? I already know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know why I told you that wasn't the case.
You're an asshole. The girl across the street using substances, yelling 119. Is she going to reappear, or is she just being used as some sort of horrors of the suburbs like we talked about? Why was Jacoby spray painting shovels?
Hold on to that one for fun.
Okay.
There's another one I want you to hold on to.
And does the chocolate bunny matter?
Hold on to the shovels and hold on to hurry, my mother's coming, because I have thoughts about that later in the show.
Okay.
But that one might be a while, and it's going to be more of a
That's
discussion. I think that's the main ones. What do you think, Coral? Any other ones?
I don't think there's any that you haven't mentioned. Is it about the bunny?
Oh, no, sorry. I meant any that you think Hanna should carry forward to talk about next episode. A lot of them she's going to get answered soon. Some are like, let's sit on these. So
I think really the as you said, for fun, the shovels is an important one. I also have a lot of thoughts on the mother concept and what that means ultimately. And I'm interested to see that discussion or listen to that discussion when you finish the return. And
definitely
back on everything.
There might be a point about halfway. I think we can chat about some of that. So we'll see. I'll see if it's reasonable. So, but hold on to it.
Okay.
We'll definitely talk about it when the show's over. Is what I'll say.
So we have a lot of questions that will linger, so we don't necessarily need to go through all of them. But some of the questions included, I had a dream that night I was in her apartment. So how was he able to be there only in a dream?
Yeah, no answers on Bill Hastings.
No, I fear. The caller saying you met with Major Garland Briggs. Did Mr. C? And why?
Well, you finally saw Briggs, though.
I know, but that revealed nothing.
Yeah.
What was Mr. C's plan to avoid going back to the lodge? We got it.
He made a tulpa.
And then the arm says 253 time and time again. What's that mean? We got that.
Time to get pulled back in.
That does not need to show up again. We also have the giant says, listen to the sounds. It's in our house now. It cannot be said aloud now. Remember, 4:30, Richard and Linda, 2 birds, 1 stone. What is 4:30 and who are Richard and Linda?
I don't know if we said this before, but I interpret this as if it's in our house now.
We talked about that.
Was it basically that he's talking a code to some degree, or talking about a plan they've already discussed? Okay, but someone else is listening. They can't hear it. Okay, just making sure.
We talked about that.
Cool.
What exactly is the box for, and who is the mysterious billionaire that owned the box? Interesting.
Everyone else wants to know, too.
They can't figure that out either. I'm not alone. What's the deal with electricity? I mean, we've got more electricity here, but
I don't this is one I don't know if you get an answer, because electricity's been all over the show, but it's clearly some kind of transportation.
Just said hold on to that so I could think about it more when these types of episodes are coming up.
I see it as it's definitely a way that entities are traveling via electricity into the real world. That's part of it, and we saw that also in the Firewalk with Me. With the pole, what's it called?
Yeah,
and that's also
and I kept
where
commenting on what is the significance of this pole,
and that's also where Chet Desmond disappears from. So it's like, did he get pulled into the telephone pole or the electricity up there?
I'm going to remove that question because it's in my brain enough that when those moments come up,
some people in the show get pulled into wood. Some of them get pulled into electrical outlets.
Chet Desmond might have gotten pulled into both.
Yep.
And then I had a bunch of questions from the original run. I think the most interesting that's still lingering is probably Sarah telling Major Briggs, I'm in the Black Lodge with Dale Cooper. I'm waiting for you.
So now you know, though, a little bit. Like, we don't know if that is a remnant of, what's his name, Briggs, or if that's just what Coop is seeing. But there's an idea that maybe he went back into the lodge at some point. Right? That's what I see from that. I think you can hold on to this still.
Wait,
but
what are you talking about? This is what Sarah says to Briggs in the diner.
I mean, this. I think it's implied that maybe he did go back at some point into the lodge. Back? Briggs.
Why would she say that?
Because
to Briggs
she says to Briggs, "I'm in the Black Lodge. I'm with Dale Cooper. I'm waiting for you." So now it's implied maybe he listened to that message and went back in.
Oh,
that's what I was saying.
Okay,
just a thought. But I'm saying you see his head in there. So what does that mean?
We certainly saw his head.
Yes. Okay. And why is it to Briggs and all that? But there you go. That's just things to think about.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
we've gone through the other ones like
Okay.
4,000 times. Like, how long have Laura and her mother had dreams?
there you
which
go.
has been on my list since the second episode of the original season.
You also have Briggs' wife says he has left and disappeared before. Where was he then? And it's like,
the thing is some of these questions I'm like, can I just remove this? Because
we got to bring it up. Hold on to that one a little longer. Okay. And then Hannah's still asking what owls are. She didn't bring that one up, though.
I didn't bring that up because I wasn't prepared to talk about
No, it's fine. We don't have to talk about owls.
Because I know at some point I just need to be like, this is what I think the owls mean. Because I know they're never going to be like directly answered. Here's what the owls mean. And I'm not emotionally prepared to have that conversation.
Okay, that's fine. When you're ready, in due time.
I had too many margaritas today to be held to that kind of journalistic standard.
That's fine. All right. Okay, well, I think those are a lot of good questions. We gave you 2 to bring over, and we answered 2 or 3, so we're getting room on the list.
We evened out pretty much today.
I do like that we're still asking how long and Laura and Sarah had dreams.
Yeah, that's going to remain, I fear.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I am interested to get more Sarah because we had Sarah last episode watching some animals eat each other on TV.
Yes, we did.
Which is just such a sad scene to have witnessed, and just kind of showing that her life is still really sad and lonely. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see what more we may or may not get from her.
Yep. All right. Coral, any other thoughts? Things we missed or...
Not that I can think of. Just going to make the case for Dougie's mindfulness.
Yes, please.
Yes. It's really just about living in the moment and having a clear head. So even when he's gambling, he's pointing at things and he's following his intuition. There's no thoughts in his brain at all. And that is, and David Lynch was a huge into meditation and mindfulness, and spent a lot of his life with the David Lynch Foundation. And I think that was his way of kind of bringing in a little bit of, bringing in transcendental meditation personified into the show a little bit. So everything Dougie does, he's not using any kind of thought process. He is just going with his gut and living in the moment. So even when he's gambling or just doing something stupid, it's really just watching someone truly go through life without being plagued and brought down by all the other thoughts that come into our life as we live it, and have stress and everything added to ourselves and anxiety and all of that. So
I love it. We could all strive to be more like Dougie.
We really could.
I like how he gets scared when he gets jackpots and then he gets up and walks to the next one.
I get scared of loud noises and lights too sometimes. You're not alone.
He doesn't let it affect him though. He just goes, all right, on to the next.
On to the next. He sees the floating lights telling him which one to go to, and he's on his way.
The floating lights? Well, floating image of the Black Lodge or the Red Room.
I know, but also, why that there? Why does
someone's helping him out.
Floating Red Room want Dougie to win money in the jackpots? I should have.
Why is that not a question? Carry that over.
Okay.
Carry over. Really why is the Red Room speaking to Dougie?
That's a really
/
funny
Cooper.
question.
It is funny to call him Dougie because I know that this is Cooper that has taken Dougie's place because Dougie was a tulpa, but also it's not Cooper because his brain isn't working. So.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to. I know it's Cooper. I know,
but you have to call him Dougie.
But he's still Dougie. He's my Dougie.
I agree with you.
When Matt watched the show before, he would occasionally be like, "And then Dougie."
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Like, who's Dougie?
I was like, "Who the fuck is Dougie?"
Cooper is Dougie now.
Yeah, I understand this now watching the episode. Yeah, I think the mindfulness angle, thinking about Dougie from that lens, is really interesting. I remember, I took a mindfulness class in undergrad. We took, this, weekend seminar thing on mindfulness. And ever since then, I've tried much harder to, mindfully eat when we go to nice restaurants. And I'm like, damn, if only I could go full mindfulness like Dougie. I can mindfully eat, but living in the moment I think is rather tough for me with my anxiety. And wow, what an inspiration.
This makes me so excited because you're going to get, no spoilers, just a little treat to let you know you're going to get some real fun mindful eating moments with Dougie.
Oh no, I'm excited, but I'm also potentially scared.
Love it. All right. Well, I think we can probably rate this episode on our fun little scale. So I will go quickly. I'm still going to give this a damn fine cup of coffee, but it also tests my patience a little. So it like kind of somewhere between the lukewarm latte, but I know I'm wrong for that feeling. You know, like I know that this is everything happens for a reason in this season. So
yeah, I fear I was also kind of sitting in that place. I was thinking like a really good cup of coffee that got cold and now I have to reheat it. Like I see so much value in it, but it didn't bring me as much joy as like just the first pure fine cup of coffee, you know?
How are we feeling, Coral?
I think it's riffing off of that, maybe an iced coffee. It's what I know I need, but it's not a damn fine cup of black coffee as Cooper would have it. It's more of something I need to get through the day.
I like that.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because damn, the purple sea stuff is so good and interesting. And there's so much to chew on. The issue is there's no way to discuss it until we get further into the show. There's no like, because we can't for you. Yeah. It's like, I think there are ways to interpret this, but it's like, even I, having not watched The Return recently, can't really give you my full thoughts. So that's why I'm trying to give you as much as I can right now. But
yeah, I am interested what it would be like talking about this show revisiting once it's all over.
I joked when we started this that I said we're going to have to do The Return twice. We're going to have to do it and then revisit after we have everything, and I can go see here's this.
We might have to do like chunks of like
a recap.
Couple episodes.
Yeah, I don't hate doing it at all. So we'll think about it.
We'll see how we're doing.
Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up. So Coral, can you tell us where we can find you one more time?
Yes, so you all would love mostly Wholesome Peaks. It's at Wholesome Peaks. I post fun, wholesome Twin Peaks memes and some shit posts here and there. And then if anyone wants to follow my in-person comedy career, I'm at Carmadillo with an underscore at the end. I perform every weekend in Dallas, Texas. That's awesome. Either stand-up, improv, or clown.
Ooh,
nice. Okay. I'll definitely be following you there.
Awesome.
So everyone go give Coral a follow and rate us 5 stars, all that good stuff, you know?
Yeah,
So that about wraps it up. So we good?
Yeah,
feel good, everyone?
Good.
All right,
thank
Coral,
you
thank
so
you.
much for joining.
This was
Thanks for
great.
having me.
And for everyone out there, we will see you next week with a fresh cup of coffee.
Thank you for listening to Welcome to Twin Peaks, a Twin Peaks rewatch podcast from Horror Hour with the Hannas. If you liked the episode, please make sure to give us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app. If you'd like to call into the show, call us at 215-821-9584. You can find us on the socials at Welcome to Twin Peaks Podcast on Instagram, or at our original account at Horror Hour Hannas on TikTok. Come back soon for more coop, coffee, and cream corn.